So, welcome to meditation as a positive life creation. Hmm. Maybe sometimes for lack of inspiration or laziness, or who knows, wisdom, a way to also let it go. I couldn't write my email yesterday, so I wrote this morning. And I was still a little bit empty inside, but I think this is a good thing. So I have had this inspiration to invite you to choose an affirmation. Of course, everything can be an intention for our practice. Sometimes affirmations are clear cut intentions already, so we can use them sometimes, or we can create. So today we are just meditate on the affirmation that you have chosen. And I'll ask myself the questions to my own affirmation, which is I am the creator, I am the manifester. This is at the root of this practice. Meditation as a positive life creation is an assertion of our creating power. So it's almost as if I am go back to ground zero here. So before we start, we're going to invite us to sitting our sitting bones. Relaxing the shoulders. Just paying attention to the breath as it becomes deeper and longer, and how it changes organically when we find a ground structure in our sitting bones. And noticing the exhale. Sometimes I say, oh, let's breathe together. And I notice everybody inhaling, but then the exhaling does not occur that long and deep. So let's just practice for a moment to anchor in our sitting bones and breathe in and out. Paying attention to the exhale, and now pay attention to the pauses in between. There is a slight pause after inhaling when we hold our breath for a moment, and then we empty our lungs, and then there is a pause right there before the next inhaling. Just notice it. And before I ask you to bring your intention to your mind's eyes, I'll say a prayer. Prayer inspired by Patricia Cota Robles. And it says like this: I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God, and everyone else evolving with me here and now. What I invoke for myself, I invoke on behalf of all of us, in perfect harmony with each individual's task and for the highest good of all concerned. And so be it. So now bring your affirmation, your intention to your mind's eyes. Mine is, I am the creator. And giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt that whatever we are not experiencing outside is because there is some obstacle in our inner world, semi-conscious or unconscious. We're gonna ask ourselves if there is anything in me that denies, go against, say no to that affirmation. What would that be? How would it look like? And then we relax back on our sitting bones, aligning with our compassionate, objective observer, and just observe what happens to our bodies, to our emotions, to our thoughts, lower and higher minds, as a reaction to those questions. As in life, in our meditation, we do have distractions, and they are always part of the challenge. So if you have distractions there, I'm sorry for my own distractions here. Just reconnect to your intention, to your affirmation. Go back to your sitting bones and breath. And we are moving to the second phase of our exercise which is the imprinting and being impressed. This is the moment we bring our affirmation all the way to our soul substance, creating a new blueprint of our manifestation in life. So with the power of word, the power of our intention, we allow ourselves become even more relaxed, as if we are preparing for a massage, where the hands that will mold our soul substance are ours as well. I like to bring my affirmation, my intention as a mantra, allowing it to permeate my body as if it's penetrating my skin, muscles, bones. And even when the distraction comes from your inside, not from your outside, you can always go back to your observation of the process, relaxing into our sitting bones and observing what happened. And very slowly we can move to the third part of our exercise, which is the visualization. Not a not a moment for us to have high expectations or unrealistic expectations or daydreaming, but yet to embody our intention and ask ourselves, who are we if that I want is manifested here and now in my body? I am a creator. How do I relate to myself and others if this is true right now? Who are you if your affirmation is who you are here and now? And very slowly we move to our last part of this exercise, which is the faith. This is that wonderful moment where when we let go of our intention, we dip down in our breath and in the feeling of our sitting bones. And we align with that part of ourselves that knows that everything is well. Whatever affirmation or intention you are working on, here we align with the part of us that know that this is going to happen at the perfect moment. So we can relax. So use those final minutes for us to deep our relaxation, going to a place of inner silence and rest there. And even when intrusive and not asked for thoughts appear in our minds, from this place of no fear, we can just acknowledge and let it go. And as we finish, I am inviting us to a final breath together, a sacred breath where we invite, when we invite a divine quality in. Today I'm inviting the quality of clarity. So sacred breath is breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold. Okay. So I am breathing in divine clarity all the way into my core. And while I hold, I assimilate this divine clarity in myself. When I exhale, I expand this divine clarity. And when I hold with my lungs empty, I project divine clarity all around myself. Inhaling divine clarity, assimilating divine clarity, exhaling divine clarity, and projecting divine clarity. Just one last time. I am assimilating divine clarity. I am inhaling divine energy. I am assimilating divine clarity. I am expanding divine clarity. And I am projecting divine clarity all around. So with that, I ask you to start moving your feet and hands. Maybe you want to stretch a little bit. Yeah. See you next week.